Hey, 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 Earthlings, how are we doing? Are you enjoying the cosmic voyage here on Mother Earth? Are you feeling a little bit like an eager beaver under the energies of this beaver supermoon? I know I am. And if you don't know who the heck I am, my name's lisalyle, and this is my heart here on YouTube. A very warm welcome to all of you. Have you been flirting with life? Oh my gosh, there's so much silly energy around today. I feel redonkulous. And yet, there is a sense of like, I just keep seeing. Let's get the Palo Santo going, and then I'll tell you what I keep seeing. Oh gosh. Okay. Let me just get my feet on the ground here. I feel like it needs to be more smoky. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. But I was actually hearing when I said it needs to be more smoky, I was hearing I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. Oh my gosh. You had to grow up at a certain time and perhaps in a certain type of family to remember that song. Although I think it was done many times over by many artists. Anywho, at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting dreams breaking free into the experience of divine love in this lifetime. Get to it. And that's what I've been seeing all day. You know, beavers are eager little fellows, aren't they? They're cute. They're cute. I think it's a symbol of Canada, is it? I don't know. Is it the beaver or the moose? I guess it depends. So let's get into this. Let's see. Oh yeah, yesterday the theme was, and we're still in this theme because it's with respect to the Taurus full moon, and it's really about it's called the Beaver moon, right? And it's a super moon, which means it's 30%. It appears 30% larger or brighter than normal. And that's an interesting energy, that 30%. It's that Empress energy. It really feels like the essence of divine love. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. I saw something yesterday that made me giggle, and it was like this little meme. And there were these two little Buddha looking fellas on it. And the one guy said, "Why are you so happy?" And the other guy was like, "I don't know." And it's like, can we just be happy for no reason? Just be happy because we're alive? We're working with the modern Merlin miracle. Miracles. There's that word again. Do you believe in miracles? If not, quick, run, go look in the mirror because you are one. And it was 333 on the clock there. So I received strong guidance today. I don't want to hold my breath. I received strong guidance today that we're going to work with the modern Merlin Oracle and this beautiful light worker Oracle. And I haven't worked with either of them in quite some time. I actually think I had the Merlin Oracle out here not too long ago, and I thought it was the Native Heart one instead. So it's the Merlins. So, okay, the idea of flirting with life. Have you been flirting and playing in this energy? And remember yesterday I said, "Oh, like when was the last time I, flirted?" Flirting doesn't always have to be like to draw attention to ourselves from the opposite sex, to receive some sort of, validation that, maybe we're attractive or they're attracted to us or whatever. Flirting with life is everything. It's me coming here and hanging out with you and sharing energy and space with you. And Sunday after the live, I went to I went to the grocery store, and as I was driving and getting rather close to the grocery store, Madonna's holiday song came on. And so, like, I love music, and so I'm blaring it, right? I'm blaring it, having a little dance party in my car, and I pull into a parking spot, and there's a woman about my age hanging out at the back of her SUV, and I can see, like, she's just kind of hanging out there. And I rolled down my window and I said, "It makes you feel like dancing, doesn't it?" And she goes, "Yeah, and a holiday." And I said, "I can give you the dance." So I jumped out of the car, and here are two middle-aged women, like, dancing. I came to find out her name is Kelly. I introduced myself. She told me where she worked to come and visit sometime. And she said, "I'm a newfie. We like this kind of stuff." So it was so cool to have that connection and not be afraid to just go out there and elevate. Um, put up a smile on your face, and hopefully a happy side effect of that is a smile on the faces of others as well. Does that make sense? So then, after I was done at No Frills, I went up to, like, this flea market. They call it a flea market. It's okay. I just went there for a drink and some food. So on the way up there, I saw the most massive hawk. I really thought it was an eagle. I'm still not entirely sure. It wasn't a Cooper's hawk, and it wasn't a red-tailed hawk. Now, it may have been a sharp-shinned hawk. I'm not sure. It was frigging massive. And, I did contemplate going back and trying to get a picture. And then it was just like, "No, Lisa, just um, allow yourself to experience the beauty of recognition. Allow yourself to just, delight in the magic of it all. It all doesn't have to be a Kodak or Polaroid moment. Not everything is." So, what else? There was that, and then, yeah, I think that's it. So, have you been flirting with life? Have you been playing in the magic? Have you been um, feeling eager to move on with something, or move on from something, move into something? What is it? Because this Beaver moon energy feels really different. Um, it feels really different this year, because this year we've done a lot of wrapping up of really big cycles. You're probably feeling much different now than you did at the beginning of this, shall we call it, the glorious Gregorian year 2025? Yeah, well, let's do it, I guess. Let's call it glorious. The glorious rise, the glorious return to delight, the glorious return to our own personal power. And if you are feeling like that or similar to that, this is it. Go for it. Flirt with life, please. Engage. So let's see. So I wrote this morning, I was guided to write Beaver Moon, outrageous, zest for life, courageous. And then 8, oh, look at that. That is so funny. Funny. Do you see it over here? Creative. I had no idea. I thought I was writing courageous and creative on the other side. That's funny. So it's like this double blessing of creativity. A life beyond naivety. But I'm hearing it like nativity, like the nativity scene. I'm not quite sure. Oh, maybe what it is, it's like a blessing. It's like a return to what is holy. We have remembered throughout the walk this year with our very own heart, and perhaps an ego death or two along the way. Those are never fun. And yet, honestly, it can be fun if we can learn to, not take ourselves and life too seriously. I mean, honestly, we're here on this spiral of spiritual evolution, right? It's the evolution of the soul. Can we um, outrageously embrace ourselves? Can we outrageously embrace our unique self and allow ourselves to be seen authentically? And that doesn't mean that, there is a need to, I'm feeling that temperance energy, like guardian angel, archangel energy. There is a need for us to be protective of certain things. And, that's really our space, the spaces we create, our connections, and to really walk in a space of reverence for the enormity and the blessing that is a love that lives beyond the vessel of flesh that is you and I. And so, thank you so much, courageous one, for continuing to show up for yourself. It was 11:11 there. Beautiful. Continuing to recognize that you are the gateway. And it feels like there is a need to, what I'm feeling is like this need to remind you that you are so worthy and deserving. And sometimes we forget our own worth, right? We get tangled up in situations. We become, or in the past, because we're not even meant to talk about the past much anymore. It's what got us here. It's um and that doesn't mean we like disown any of our past. In fact, we've owned up to all of who we are, our part in all of, the experience that brought us home to our heart, that brought us to a space where, as the adult, because we had a lot of growing up to do in our adult years. I would say, like, consciously in my adult years, I was 25, 24 when I started to take that self responsibility journey. And, at that time, I was probably, had the emotional development of about a 14-year-old, deeply wounded, deeply traumatized, without the uh, realization at that time that a big part of that, like from 14 until, 25, much of what was experienced was as a result of choices, cause and effect. And so it feels like this Beaver moon is somewhat of a choice point for us in our life. We can choose to keep, talking about what's back there or going back there or whatever, ruminating about what was. Da, 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 da. I mean, it's so boring. It's so boring. It's so boring. And I'm sure you all have. I'm sure you're not one who's doing that, which is probably um, led to a very solitary experience, right? Because let's be honest, lack of authenticity, lack of integrity, it's a little insulting to the eternal soul that knows they are whole, they are a divine spark of creation, here to co-create via the connection we share through that spark, if you will. So Beaver moon, outrageous zest for life. And then the words were eager, instinctual, industrious, creative. So instinctual, trusting our intuition, taking action according to our intuition, taking action according to love in the direction of connection. Adaptable, bold, brave, and creative. And so at the same time as this Beaver moon, this Beaver super moon, we have Venus squaring Chiron. And I was guided to write under that in handwriting, love is the medicine that heals the wounded. Oh, I said the wounder. The wounded warrior. Wounds no more. The sacred warrior soars to new heights, delighted by and in love. It's like the level up, brave ones. And you know what? You have every right to be an eager little beaver. Get excited about your life. Get excited. Excited about new adventures, new connections, new expressions, new healing, right? Like the warrior can go so far alone. And when the warrior has found their way home, what is there at the hearth? What is there in the home space? What is um, what is there to co-create? I don't know. So then I was guided to write cosmic butterfly, rising, opening, soaking in the new rays of divine love, sacred cup. Your love cures, your love cures, your heart is pure. Love is not earned. You have always deserved. And yes, we have. And it's an interesting journey of, the warrior, the spiritual warrior, isn't it? Because, as we start out on that solitary adventure, we have our own ideas about who we are, what happened, who was at fault, blah, 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 blah. And as we continue to walk, and not everyone continues to walk. So for those of you here, thank you. Thank you for your sacred service. Honest to goodness. And that's it. It's like, it feels like this is a choice point of like, do you believe that you deserve the goodness, that you have dreamt of or that you have imagined or perhaps fantasized about? Do you deserve it? Yes. Yes, you do. It was interesting this morning. I was up early. I was in bed early yesterday. And, from about 2 a.m. on, I was rather restless. I think I sent a friend a text just after 2 a.m. And then by 4:45, Rex and I were on the road walking. And what I found, it was so beautiful to be up and out at that time of day, a whole different visual in the sky. And I had forgotten about, the stars that you see in the early morning sky. And it was quite magical. And then I was able to get myself a cup of coffee and go down and witness the sunrise. And again, quite magical. And so it feels like, oh, it wasn't done there. Okay, so let's start again. Let's just start this little channeled message. Cosmic butterfly rising, opening, soaking in the new rays of divine love. Sacred cup, your love cures. Your heart is pure. Love is not earned. You have always deserved. And I guess that's where I went off on that little tangent. As we continue to evolve and grow up and wake up spiritually and take responsibility for, what is our emotional body and our mental body and all of that, our physical vessel, as we do that, and as we heal and as we let go of all those things that we thought we were, we arrive back at this space where it's really about us, the adult, showing up for the child we have always been, that beautiful, pure seed of consciousness that has lived within and that wants to guide our experience, because that space has always been deeply rooted in their connection to source. And it's being the density of the emotional experience and all of it that the child, the child, we need to get quiet in order to hear the child. And that area in the body is the sacral chakra. So it's almost like we drowned out the voice of the child by turning away from ourselves, by, turning away from ourselves, turning away from source. Love is not earned, you have always deserved, just deserves. God's love, you are. God's love, you are this beloved child. And then on the next page, so I guess we'll just continue on with this whole energetic throughout the course of the week. On the next page, I was guided to write Empress, unique, expressive, free, at ease. Are you at ease in the experience? Can you allow yourself to get excited about life? Can you muster up the courage to make bold moves in the direction of the outrageous experience of soul love, soul expression? Like beavers, like the beavers build the dam, right, to block the water. And so for some, the message here is like you're blocking, we're our own stumbling blocks. It was 2112 there. Divine partnership, divine, I just heard scales balancing. I got totally sidetracked by the 1221, and it feels like we're being guided by the spiritual realms. Like I really feel that. I say 1221 all the time. I see it all the time. But this is like we are getting the signs. Are we ready to get out of our way? Like as the chariot moves. And we can be the chariot who moves with ease. Can you be the chariot who moves with ease through the new experience of love in your life, of creativity, of adventure, of reciprocity? Can you be the chariot at ease in the experience? Or are you going to spin your wheels in the mud? Right? And what I was thinking about, earlier today, what was coming through is like, I guess the ultimate muse in this lifetime is love. 2244. And it's like it paused there for a moment. That's sweet. I like that. Imagine that. The ultimate muse in this lifetime is love, right? And I guess there's like stages that we go through. Some of us get there through the brain, that cerebral energy, and some of us get there through the heart, that mushy energy. So it's like the masculine and the feminine, figuring out their way to get through this crazy little thing called life and get into a place where they're actually experiencing the crazy little magic called love. And, again, I think I'm gonna end this rather quickly because I feel like I'm getting giddy and silly, and I've got my bag packed and a big mason jar of peppermint tea made, and I'm got my snow pants out and everything. I'm gonna go and sit by the lake. I hope it's pretty windy here, and it was windy at the lake this morning. I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to go sit down there and read. So let's get back to this Empress energy. Can we allow ourselves to be at ease in the experience? The Empress energy is the embodiment of the chalice, right? The emotional waters of life. And as the Empress, the Empress is always serving self first, if you will, filling her own cup and graciously sharing from a space of, I just heard grounded emotions. So, Empress, unique, expressive, free, at ease, chalice, holy grail, grounded, and magnetic. And the Emperor, the masculine, like the yin and the yang, are, the dance of the polarities, the balance of it all, right? It's like this co-creative, expressive, expansive energy. And as the vehicle, as the vessel of light in this life, we are meant to experience delight. We are meant to experience the radiance of remembrance, of soul love. The Empress is also responsible in her humanness and in her divinity. She's just, an integral human, and that's what we are. And then I was guided to write, eat, sleep, play, dance, slither, prance, take chances. So, let's be like the beaver in instinctual ways, trusting our intuition, being productive, making bold moves, taking a bite out of life, taking a bite out of going and hugging a tree, that kind of stuff. Let's, embrace the energy of the beaver that way. Let's get excited about life. Eager little beavers getting out there to play, tapping our tail on the ground, like we're having a good day. Does it make sense? Is anyone else feeling it? Like, am I the only one? Um, sometimes it feels like it, honestly. Oh, geez. Yeah, and let's be less like the beaver in the ways where we're damming the waters, like we're building around the waters. We're holding our emotional waters back. Waters flow. Otherwise, it becomes swampy and stagnant, you know? And it's funny because, beavers work in community. And I was thinking today, the only thing that could be better at the lake is if I had someone to help me build a teepee to keep me out of the wind. A teepee and a fire. Can you imagine? They'd be calling the cops. I'd be like down at, yeah, whatever, but that's it. Can we work in community? Can we come together and share our emotions? Can we connect with others in emotional ways where perhaps we haven't really done that before? I would venture to say that those of you here um, hearing these messages, you are absolutely ready. Go out there and live your best life. Get out there and do it. Right? Get out there and do it. What's preventing you from doing it? What's stopping you? The only thing that ever stops us is our thoughts about things. Oh, the journey card. It's not about the destination. All the great ones say that. It's not about the destination, folks. It's the journey. And you and I know it is, right? Because on the journey, we eventually come to the end of the solitary walk. I have faith in this. I firmly believe this in my heart. We eventually come to the end of that solitary walk and connect with others and understand. I guess through the connection, we understand exactly why, or perhaps we don't understand. Perhaps we, at the end, along the journey, when we come to the end of the solitary walk, when we make connections, then we can come to understand that it was all worth it. Because when we get to that point where we're going to connect with others of like mind, of like heart, soul tribe, family, through the walk of remembering, the walk of love with our own heart, we get to that point of reconnection full with the awareness that we're whole. And it's almost like this celebratory energy that we did it. We did it. We walked ourselves home. And now we get to hold hands with another and walk together, building anew. Building anew. That sounds lovely. And this 26 card is the 8. I'm going to shuffle. Well, they're saying, no, look at the number, Lisa. You're not going to shuffle. The 26 card is the 8, which is also the strength. It takes strength and courage to move into the unknown, to make bold moves. We've got the flower of life. Everything is connected. Number 17, star energy, healing. Oh my God. And then bringing it together, and then trust. Bringing it together, number 6, that's the making the choice. And then the 19, the sun, the choice for what? Happiness, sun, joy, trusting source. What's your source? Who's your source? So let's get a couple light worker oracles. This is really beautiful because look at how that solar power energy in there. And it's like all around the solar power is all this intuitive energy, this guidance that we're receiving. We got to be bold. If our dreams are going to break free into this life, we ought to be bold. And if we don't break our dreams free into this life, who? Who, you little owl? You know it. You know it. You're wise. You're wonderful. Spiritual decree has been spoken on our lives. We make the changes. We are the change. We understand we're the change. And we make decisions to honor the spiritual agreements, contracts, all of it. And you've done that, right? You've cleared all your karmics. And now it's like divine justice. Trust your heart. Speak into existence all that you are. Well, move into existence. You don't even... Life path. 20, stop the judgment. Judgment has already, it's like we're now operating from a place of discernment. Emperor energy. High priestess, Hierophant energy. And we are honoring the spiritual component of what is human life. Oh my God. Okay. And we're doing it via the ray of devotion, the devotion in our life. And this brings me back to that space of saying, ultimately, at some point in time in our journey, we come to the end of the solitary walk. We've walked ourselves home. We've healed our heart. 33. Our heart is opening now. We're feeling things we've never felt. We're allowing our emotions to flow. We're making bold moves. We're flirting with life, right? We're being we're having the audacity to outrageously live our best life. The 6th ray of devotion guides the chariot forward. We are the star children. We are the ones here with stars in our eyes, perhaps a twinkle in our eyes, a zest for life that cannot be contained. It is meant to roam and soar free at this time. Again, with strength and courage in service to the soul that is eternal, the love that grows beyond the vessel of flesh. Cosmic Heart, Cosmic Christ. What did we get? The very first card at the beginning of this week was the Cosmic Heart from a different deck, a completely different creator. Here we are again. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Shooting at the walls of heartache. Bang, bang. I am the warrior. I am the warrior. And victory is mine if you survive. Right? We survived. Now we thrive. And, live our best life as the light divine. Devoting our, walking the devotional path. I trust that you are. The service to our very own heart in all that we do. And it really matters that we show up for ourselves. On Sunday, I was like, cooking. I haven't really been doing that, blah, blah, blah. My goodness, I made granola. Granola for everyone. I've made granola. This morning I baked banana date walnut loaf. Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. I should show you. Here, let me show you my work of art from this morning. Ooh. I might take a piece of that with me to the lake. Yummy. So, get back to basics, doing what we love. Like if I don't cook for myself, who's going to cook for me, right? I've got a couple bowls of legumes soaking there. I have a feeling I'm going to make some chana and maybe some dal or some lentil soup or something. Who knows? What I do know is that it feels good when we show up for ourselves. It feels good when we, when we can't sleep, when we get up and go and walk under the stars before the sun has come up. It feels good to go and watch the sun come up. So basically the message here is focus on filling your own cup. And when your cup runneth over, run out there into life and flirt with life, because the divine is flirting with you all the time. With that being said, everyone, come back here tomorrow and we'll be a little more childlike on Whimsical Wednesday. What do you say? On the full moon? Anywho, if you're here, you see this, let me know. Let me know. I'm just sending love out into the collective stream of things. And I thank you so much for pouring some love into my cup with your thumbs up, with a little heart in the comment, whatever. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. And get out there, you eager little beaver, and enjoy life. You deserve it.